Hello everyone, and welcome to the test flight of the XK X150. Today I'm going to do a winter test, and I don't have any place to launch from. I don't have a launch pad, so I'm going to launch from the hood of my car here. First I need to turn on the quadcopter and transmitter, and I'm going to bind them. And now I'm going to search for the wireless network of this mini quadcopter. It should come up here in the menu. I'm going to do a refresh, and there it goes. XK Innovate is now connected, and now I'm going to open the XK app. It's very important to cut off data connection, mobile data connection, otherwise the app will not connect to the quadcopter. And there we go, we have image, and I'm going to start video recording, and it's showing that it's now recording. So I'm going to arm the motors. I'm going to take off. Let's see, will it hold position or not? It's very difficult to hold position in such kind of terrain because it's only white. Let's see if it sees me and locks into my position. It doesn't seem that it wants to lock into position this time, although I have tested it indoor, and indoor it's a lot more fine than here. There's also a kind of air current coming from there, and that makes it rather hard to pilot because it's always fighting the wind. And if I turn around, this is just the wind taking it apart, and look at that, it has locked into position finally. So the optical position flow sensor has now really started to work. Let's take it a bit more up to see more than land, and now the optical flow positioning system has of course disconnected because it's too high to distinguish any kind of details. So I'm going to bring it closer to the ground, and now it has locked into position again, and it's doing it very well. So it needs a bit of altitude to see the details on the ground with all this white snow, but after it locks into position it will stay there very nice. And it's rather unpowered because now I'm giving it full throttle against the air current, and that's all the output I can get. So it's hardly going in that direction. Probably another reason it cannot fully lock the position and hold it. Look at that, now it's trying to lock the position. So the problem is not really the optical flow, but it's the too powerful wind. Although still funny to pilot. So I'm going to try to bring it closer. And I'm going to try to catch it, but I doubt that it will be possible. So I'm going to do an emergency landing on the snow. And this thing is so light that it's actually floating on the snow. And now I want to orient the camera a bit upward because I'm flying full tilt and it's only filming the ground, so I tilted it up. Let's get some air footage. So that should be better. You should see something else than just white snow on the ground. So I'm giving it again full throttle, full speed ahead, and it doesn't want to go that way, although if I let go of the sticks it will come very fast back at me. It's just like a boomerang drone. So this thing is rather unpowered, so caution should be taken when flown outdoors and with powerful air currents or wind. So I can barely push it in that direction, but it simply doesn't want to go. It's like hitting a fence. Oh, and if I let it go, you can see that wobbling there. It's actually the position hold system that tries to lock it, and it's not able to do it. So too bad, because the quadcopter flies really nice, but I would expect it to be a little more powerful than that, because it's too slow in these conditions. Also, it's very cold outside, and the LiPo will not output too much current, and that is a limiting factor on this quadcopter. Also, it has a small LiPo, it's a one cell LiPo, and it's really killing it just by hovering. It would be interesting to rather mod the battery, add some higher discharge, maybe a bigger cell, and try that again to see if actually the battery is a limiting factor or not. As if you punch it upwards, it does go up. So I'm going to try to change rates again, and it simply doesn't seem to be affected in any kind of way. So this may be just low rates. Nope, and it's getting away, so I'm going to just land it. So there you go. The quadcopter flies nice, but not on wind. So I'm going to stop the video recording now to save the file. So that should be saved now. And there you go. This was the test flight in bad conditions of the XK. I'm also going to include some footage somewhere in this video with it flying indoors, and you will see how well the position hold system works, but not in this kind of weather and not in this kind of cold. I will fly it again in better conditions and see how that goes at that time. Until then, bye bye.